blue-blooded Selma. That motherfucker, you got darn mother Timmy Slimans. Maritza, huh? What you look like, Maritza? Show yourself, girl. Show yourself. You tuned in to the Iceman Show podcast. I'm your host, the Iceman. More bounce to the ounce than I say what counts. Don't nobody go home till the fat man gets it in. What's happening, chocolate people? What's crack-a-lacking on a Tuesday? Trying to get all up in your eardrum. Hope you're looking at me with your third eye. Decided to do a Tuesday installment of the Iceman Show podcast because we got so many things to talk about. And you're here. We got the Iceman Show family in the crib. Everybody that's part of the Iceman Show family, hit the like button. You know how we do. Show your love for the Iceman. And remember, this is $5 donations, $5 donation Tuesday. So look in the heading, or you can go, you can look in the chat room, and I have all the information posted up. You can hit me with the Cash App. My Cash App ID is $ the Iceman 1906. We just asking for a $5 tax deductible donation. That's all. That's bare minimum. If you want to donate more, that's fine. But right now we are raising money for book bag and clothing drive that ends in the first week of August. I do this every year from January to August. So we're just asking for a $5 donation. Come on, black folk. Show me that you different. I know you ain't what I know y'all ain't the type of Negroes that don't want to give, right? I know I ain't dealing with them kind of black people, am I? I hope not. Can you dig it? We're gonna go ahead and start. Mysterious J 123. I ain't seen you in a minute. Maritza, you sound like you might be kind of fine. What you look like, girl? Mr. Fernandez, what's cracking, my dude? In the building? Oh, brother, I haven't looked at the I DVR'd the Grammys. I haven't looked at it. I know it's pathetic. I looked at a little bit of the Grammys while I was cooking dinner, and I don't watch the Grammys and the American Music Awards no more, man. Ain't nothing funky on there. Ain't nothing for the old schools like us. I don't see no damn Cardi B. I saw Cardi. I flipped to the station and saw Cardi B. I said, oh, hell. I was like, oh, it's time to take a shit. My stomach started bubbling as soon as I saw her ass on stage. Stinking ass heifer. Come on, Timmy, man. Come on, player, man. Come on, man. She might be a dime. Come on, player. She might be a dime, man. Come on, man. Come on, Mr. Diamonds. Oh, you already on one. You must be sipping on some of that Grey Goose. Your crazy ass. Guys, let's try to raise $75 tonight, man. Come on, let's do this. Oh, appreciate it, brother. Mr. Odoms, thank you, brother. I got nothing but love for that cat, man. He always come through. Yeah, that's true. It's exactly. James Brown, when James Brown died, and MJ and Prince, I'm like, yeah, let's try to raise $75 tonight, man. We got what we got? We got $8. So let's we got $8 now. So carry the 5, subtract the 1. So that's $67. So let's raise $67 more. All right, let's get it cracking. Let's do this. Come on. Let's get it cracking, y'all. Why you, Maritza? Who this person named Maritza? Why you keep putting numbers in here? Are you trying to say that's what you look like out of 1 to 10? You an 8? Well, show yourself. Show yourself. Anyway, welcome to another installment of the Iceman Show, the Iceman Show podcast, where we talk about geopolitical, social injustice issues, social justice. So I said it right. Social injustice issues, because usually whenever they deal with black folks, it's some injustice going down. Yeah, Dex. I already said that. You're on the late freight, Maritza, Harold, whatever your name is. Appreciate it, Timmy Diamonds. My man, Timmy Diamond. Hey, man, I can't argue with you, brother. You've been coming through the last few weeks, man. Appreciate it, bro. Thanks for donating some of that 100% service connection money. Anyway, man, welcome to the Iceman Show podcast. Oh, Lord. You know, Kamala Harris is turning out to be the gift that just keeps on giving. Let me just start off with this heifer. This heifer said, let me see. Let me read the name of the article. It's in the Boston Globe. Kamala Harris listened to Tupac. No, it says Kamala Harris listened to Tupac and smoked listen to Tupac and Snoop Dogg and smoked marijuana as she listened. What kind of dumbass? Hold on. I got. All right, I ain't gonna go left. I ain't gonna go left. I'm trying not to go left just yet. I ain't gonna go left. Mariana Williamson. I'm gonna talk about her in a minute. Sweet love. Oh, you look like you might be fly, girl. Show yourself. Show yourself. Like to thank all the ladies that's in the house. You know, we don't usually get a lot of ladies, but got some ladies in the house. Welcome. Anyway, this woman is now talking about she smoked weed and listened to Tupac. What kind of nigga shit is that? Huh? I'm trying not to go left. But you know what? I'm just going to put the hat to the side. I'm just going to have to go left, man. What kind of nigga shit is that? Huh? Can y'all please explain to me what kind of nigga shit is that? See, guys, you have to understand something. When these assholes, and I do mean assholes, when these assholes come in front of black people, instead of offering tangibles, they come to us talking about criminal justice bills, prison reform. It's only about 20% of 20 to 25% of black folks have had any contact with the, actually it's less than that. It's less, it's like less, I know it's less than 30% have had any contact. When I mean contact with the criminal justice system, I mean have been adjudicated in some way where they ended up serving a jail sentence or a prison sentence or probation, or they've served a prison sentence but was paroled. There ain't that many black folks that's got criminal records. They just illuminate the ones that do. So it looks like a lot of black people are committing crime when crime is down 70-something% since the 1980s. That's what showed. See, crime spiked during the crack era, late 80s, early 90s. It spiked. Then it went down. So you have to see, working people don't have time to do the research about this shit. But luckily, the Iceman do. Exactly. Let me read what Timmy Diamonds wrote. He said, the media are the ones that perpetuate this dusty image of us. Exactly. Why the hell would we care about a prison reform bill when we all ain't in prison? So are you saying, white? Are you saying Democrats? Are you saying that all black folks are criminals? Is that what you saying? Are we at a potential of becoming criminals? Is that what you saying? I certainly hope you ain't. But then again, when you got Kamala Harris out here talking about she listened to Snoop Dogg and Tupac while she smoked a fat one, while she was rolling the Dutch Masters. Okay, what kind of dumb nigga shit is that? How do you know what? Let me tell you something. Even Ray Pookie and Darnisha would be insulted by a political candidate suggesting that the only thing we concerned about is listening to Snoop and Tupac and smoking weed. When you got millions of black folks who have never smoked weed and will never end up smoking weed. I smoke a little weed, but I'm insulted. He said the fat one was Willie Brown. Oh yeah, Willie Brown was serving her that San Francisco treat. Okay. Oh, Willie Brown, I heard Willie Brown was running through him. Okay. Willie Brown was running, my frat brother was running through him. I don't blame him because there's some bad honeys in San Fran, boy. Oh, up there in Frisco, Nick, boy, in Frisco, oh, they got some women. It's some bad sisters in the Bay Area, dog. It's some bad sisters up there. Okay? You got a few, you got your little Becky's up there. You got a lot of Asian chicks. Everybody like a little fried rice. I know, damn. I would. You know what? I'm willing to venture to say that broad ain't never smoked no weed. I'm willing to say she ain't never smoked weed. You know why? Because people don't talk like that. People who smoke weed don't talk like that. People don't smoke. People who smoke weed don't. Hey, look here, man. I'm listening to some Tupac right now, nigga. Two of America's most wanted. Come on, man. Black people don't talk like that. Even niggas I know that's real niggas don't smoke weed. They would be insulted that she would say some shit like that. See, you brothers and sisters, you have to understand something. When they talk to homosexuals, when they go to the LGBT community, They don't talk about prison reform. They don't talk about smoking weed. They don't talk about listening to Tupac. When they go to the women's rights folks, they don't talk about smoking weed and prison reform. When they go to Latinos, they don't talk about that. So why are they talking to black people like they're children? No, actually, like we're retarded. They talk to us like we're retarded. And the bad thing about it is a lot of black people ain't offended. A lot of these Democrats who are, I'm in my mid-50s, a lot of the Democratic voters who are my age, who are late, last of the baby boomers, them niggas gone. Them niggas gone, man. Ain't nothing you can do it because them niggas will vote for her anyway. It is as bad as her track record is as district attorney of San Francisco, locking up black women, because a lot of the people who were getting arrested for truancy were black single moms. See, that's all you single moms out there. Remember, I talked about you want protection and black men to provide for you. Well, you know what? They gonna come pick up the parent who's got custody of the child. So that would be you, Darnisha. They gonna pick up Lucretia and them. They ain't gonna pick up Pookie and Ray Ray because they ain't in the picture anyway. Hell, they probably don't even know they got a kid. They talk to us like we're children. That ought to make you look sideways at the Democratic Party and be like, "What you talking about, Willis?" Okay? That ought to make you look at them sideways and be like, "How you gonna talk to us like we children?" Oh, this is what I play at the barbecue. I listen to Tribe Called Quest. Ain't that right, Fife? This dumb broad don't even know Fife been dead almost 2 years. Just insulting black folks right and left. In that pitiful dancing she was doing. She looked like she was having a stroke. Here she go. Ooh! Girl, this the jam. What's this? Cardi B rubbing on my titties? What is this Cardi B rubbing on my titties? Fuck out of here. Some condescending shit. You ought to be insulted. And you got black folks still talking about vote for this broad. You got this fat man-looking mammy. What's her name? Simone Sanders talking about black men shouldn't have Kamala Harris's name in their mouth. We don't have the right to criticize her. And then I look on my Twitter feed and the king of receipts, you know what I'm talking about? He posted a picture of her and her zaddy. I knew she had a zaddy. Well, her man-looking ass. I actually thought she was a lesbian. That's what I thought she was at first. I knew she was a feminist. Simone Sanders is another black woman mad because fly brothers like some of y'all don't want to date her ass. So you got to understand, black women like Simone Sanders are forever angry at black men because fly ass, good looking black men didn't want her ass in college. So she's angry at and pissed off at black men. Y'all see how that shit works? And she ain't nothing but a shill for white supremacy. And you got to call these people out, these phonies out, and put their ass on blast. I knew she had a zaddy. Like I was listening to, I ain't even gonna mention this nigga's show. He come on before Reverend Al on Sirius XM 126. And some old chick that's on that show and proven innocent. I guess there's a what's his name? Lee Daniels got a new show coming out. Don't look like no homos. Look, I gotta watch the show to see if some homos gonna pop up out of a top hat. Because you know there always gotta be a homo on all his shows. But you have to, but he had this chick this black woman that's on the show, and I looked, she's Haitian. I knew it. I knew she wasn't born over here, and she talked just like a white woman. And I while I was listening to her, I stopped, pulled over in the parking lot before I went to the grocery store, and I looked at my phone, and I said, let me look this broad up, because I knew it. You can smell Negro bed wench on, like with Simone Sanders. You can smell Negro bed wench on their breath, even though they in the damn TV or on the radio. You could just hear it in their voice that they Negro bed wenches. And sure enough, I looked this chick up, and she says, "Oh, I just got married," and she got a picture of her, some pasty, pale male. Okay. I had a couple black women on my other Facebook page say to me, they say, "Ice, why you always be talking about somebody got a white wife or a white husband? Why you always bring that up? What is somebody, what does somebody's viewpoint have to do with who they lay in the bed with?" I said, it has everything to do with it. But there are exceptions. I do know some brothers who are married to white women who are straight up ghetto as hell. They still brothers. And I know some brothers who are married to white women who are college educated like me, and they bought that life. They bought black folks. And even a woman who happens to not be black is about black business. That's why I be telling sisters, you know, y'all, the reason why y'all out here losing quality black men or can't get quality black men, because we can always go down the street and get something else that gonna act better. Becky ain't trying to argue with me at home. Maria ain't trying to argue with me. Soon Yi ain't trying to argue and be contemptuous and rude and disrespectful and demeaning and condescending. That's why I be telling brothers, explore your options. Don't settle for some black woman. Don't do what I did. Don't just get with somebody just because they black. Because a lot of these black women ain't shit. But going back to this political situation, the reason, look, there are exceptions. But I'm talking about people in the media. Whenever you see these black women and these black male sellouts, these shills that are shills for the Democratic Party, like Roland the Beat Martin and Angela Rye. Whenever you see these stooges on TV, now Roland is different. Angela Rye she date brothers. Roland's married to a black woman. But whenever you see these black men and women on TV, and they're really talking greasy, I mean real greasy about black people, 9 times out of 10, when you do a search on these people, they're either LGBT or they with a zaddy or they with a Becky. That's just real talk. That's just keeping it $1.50. Real talk, players. Everybody go to AskTheIceman.com. Go to AskTheIceman.com. Scroll down to the. Oh hell no! I know I didn't just do that. Scroll down to the donate button. We're just asking for $5 donations today to my 501c3. Or you can hit me on the Cash App. Those of you who have downloaded Cash App, go to Cash App and you can donate there. And if you use Cash App, there's no fees. Okay, I actually encourage you guys to use Cash App. Okay, those of you who do not have a PayPal.com profile and you don't want to go through that process, go to the App Store, download Cash App for free, and put my my Cash App ID in there, which is right here. Those of you on the YouTube side, you already got it. We're just asking for $5 today, brothers and sisters. We're not asking for any more than that. Okay, we know that y'all trying to pay them credit card bills after y'all done charged all that shit for Christmas time. So y'all get everybody getting them statements now. And hey, did y'all see that article they posted online talking about people's tax refunds have been either cut in half or totally eliminated? There was a Caucasian lady who's a registered nurse. She said she's been a nurse 20 years. She said she did her taxes. She said every year she gets back $4 or $5 grand because she's got a bunch of deductions. She said this year she had to pay $250. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this to you. That tax bill, all the new tax codes that they put through the system, they ran through Congress a few months ago. That Trumponomics tax bill. Let me turn this. Let me get this dryer real quick. Hold on, yo. Let me keep it locked right here. Go to AskTheIceman.com. Scroll down to the donate button. We just asked for $5 or hit me on the Cash App. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right now, God damn it. It's your black asses. Green bean casserole sensor. You a fool. Hey. I remember I was dating this white girl, man. She talking about, oh, I make a tuna casserole and green bean casserole. I was like, now you know. And she put cheese. You know how white people are. They put cheese on everything. Okay. I woke up in the morning one day. I'm telling y'all, they put cheese on everything. I woke up in the morning one time. I had cheese on my dick. I said, girl, if you don't get this pasteurized shit off my dick. But as I was saying, he said, black man kryptonite. White women are only black man kryptonite to black men who are simps and tricks. To real niggas, that shit don't work. Because I done told y'all right now, I done walked away from decent looking Beckys that wasn't hitting on shit. Okay? That was just as much trouble as black women. But as I was saying, black folks, we're in a dogfight right now. The Democratic Party is scrambling around trying to make something stick to the wall. And they're going to continue to keep moving the goalpost every time we box them in and are asking for tangibles. Black folks, let me explain something to you. Never in modern history have black folks put this kind of pressure on the Democratic Party to come correct. You understand me? Because let me explain something to you. Those Trump tax cuts, they're hitting the middle class and they're hitting low income people. That's what they always do. They hit because they say, okay, who's going to pay? Who can we force to pay the most taxes? The middle class. The middle class has back in the 80s and the early 90s, the middle class was booming. So it was no big deal for us to pay taxes. Now, Clinton's tax cut did cut taxes for the middle class, which is why a lot of people had money in from like 2000 to about maybe 2005, 2006. Black folks had a little paper in their pocket till Bush got in there. But that Trump tax cut was for the plutocrats at the top, the ruling class. It was for them. And then they said, well, who's going to play? Who can we get to pay the bulk of the taxes? You guessed it, the middle class and low income people. Because there were some people who said that they don't make that much money and they got to pay taxes. Do you see how they do that? See how they do the middle class? I'm going to tell you right now, in the next 10 years, there will not be a middle class. There will not be a burgeoning middle class. I'm serious. The middle class is being decimated. Housing costs are going through the roof. Rent in most states are going through the roof, with the exception of some states in the Midwest where they're not densely populated. Yeah, you can go to Iowa and live like a king or a queen, but who the fuck wants to live in Iowa? I lived in Iowa. Man, it ain't shit in Iowa. I lived in the biggest city in Iowa, and you drive 5 minutes and you seeing cornfields. I mean, shit there. but a bunch of fat, sexy white women. Nah, I'm just bullshit. I wasn't fucking with none of them. Oh, it's some dimes in Des Moines though. I lived with a pretty good looking white chick when I lived there. It's some dimes. Oh, they got some dimes, and they'll fuck with brothers. But it's just so racist. It's racist as fuck. Who the fuck want to live in Des Moines, Iowa? You got white people that don't want to live there. So you have to ask yourself, if you go to the West Coast, the rent, if you go to Washington, Oregon, or California, the rent is ridiculous. Especially in the Bay Area. Excuse me, the Yay area. Shit, try to find a 1-bedroom apartment with heat in San Francisco for less than $2,500 a month. Come on, JL 504, man. I'm just joking. Oh, they got some fat ass white women in Des Moines, but you got some that look like that, but you got some dimes, especially some mixed chicks that are fine as hell. Okay. Oh, I met some badass mixed sisters up there. Fine as hell. Okay. It just ain't nothing to do. I mean, they got clubs. I mean, they got a couple of, you go to West Des Moines, they got some clubs and shit, but it ain't really hitting on nothing. I mean, how fly is it gonna be? Now, if you go to the strip clubs, if you go to the lumber yard, well, everybody goes to get wood. There was a couple fine ass strippers up in there. I went up in there one night. Hey, this a bad white girl gave me a lap dance. She was just all on me, man. Oh, she was fine as hell. She was a dime. I ain't even gonna front. She was a dime. She's like, you want to dance? Man, I was like, I was on that Henny Loke. I was like, normally, normally I got my defenses up. I'm like, okay. But then I was like, I saw that ass and saw how fine that chick was, that she smelled good too. Oh, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, she's like, you can touch if you want to. I was like, yeah, let me ride that donkey. Let me ride that donkey. Now, let's get back to the matter at hand, because I'm gonna start clowning. Yalla Heart. I'm gonna have to check her out. I'm gonna check that out. 1, 2, 3. But they giving us a bunch of bullshit. And as you can see, every time they cut the taxes on the rich, every time they cut taxes for the rich, we middle class folks end up biting the bullet, as well as the low income class. So you have to understand something. These tax cuts are going to kick people's asses. And guess what? The same people who are on that article being interviewed that were talking shit about how they got to pay taxes when they should have got a refund, they're going to still vote for Trump. Oh, they're going to still vote. They're going to still vote race first. They're going to vote race first. While we sitting up here, oh, I'm voting LGBT first. I'm a woman. I'm a black woman, but I'm voting woman first. And we, at the end of the day, we always lose, just like we did under Obama's ass. Rising tides don't lift all boats. Remember when Obama said that? Let me play something real quick that Cory Hooka said. And he was on the Breakfast Club last week? Let me play for you what this dangerous lying motherfucker said. I call him Cory Hooka. Okay, because that's what he is, a hooker for the Democratic Party. Let me play this for y'all, man. Y'all gonna trip out when y'all hear this shit. This is what I call being evasive. If I was a detective utilizing the Reed technique, I would have just stopped interrogating this motherfucker and took his ass straight to jail the way this motherfucker was being evasive. Listen to this shit. Let me turn this shit up. Motherfucker. This jackass. Let me make sure I got this so y'all can hear it.
Where I live, I'm the only United States senator who lives in an inner city community, black and brown community, below the poverty line.
By choice.
By choice.
By the way, and how
because you never forget the people that got you first into office. My very first office, I was city councilman of the Central Ward of Newark. Mm-hmm. They took a chance on me. I was this kid from the suburbs, coming from Yale Law School, and this is a community that put their faith in me, and I will not lose the focus of what got me into politics in the first place. The people, the urgencies that got me to run for office.
So you have a specific agenda for these black people.
I have a
Now there's the question right there from Charlemagne. Charlemagne, after all this damn babbling and saying nothing, Charlemagne comes right back and says, but do you have a specific agenda for black people? So kudos to Charlemagne for catching that and saying, dude, you ain't said nothing. I asked you, do you have a specific agenda for black people? So props to Charlemagne for catching that and not letting it go. And it is at this point that the wheels came off the wagon for Cory Hooka. It is at this point that he just had to straight out say, I ain't doing nothing for y'all. Here was the response to that question from Charlemagne.
Lose the focus of what got me into politics in the first place. The people, and the urgencies that got me to run for office.
So you have a specific agenda for these black people.
I have a specific agenda for the American people, which
includes uplifting black people.
Yeah,
but it's inseparable.
They always say rising tide lift all boats. We don't really see that in our community.
There you go. There it is. When Charlemagne said, but do you have a specific plan for black people? I got a specific plan for all Americans. Black people are the only people whose politicians run in our communities and are openly hostile to us. Can you name another constituency in this country where they would have asked him, what are you going to do for gay people? And he said, I got a plan for all people, not just gays. That was Cory Hooka. Straight out when Charlemagne insisted, what are you going to do for black people? You have a plan specifically for black people. I got a plan for all Americans. Get off my ass. I ain't got no plan just for you. I got a plan for all Americans. Listen to how hostile that he is toward black people. And I'm doing this broadcast and doing this video because we have to beware of these politicians who are fearless when they're naming what they'll do for other groups, but they suddenly get super hostile and aggressive when it comes to talking about doing things for black people. They get angry at us. And Cory Hooka sat here and pushed back at Charlemagne. I ain't gonna do nothing just for you. Now, when he was on Tom Joyner's morning show last week announcing his candidacy for president, when Sybil asked him about black women, he sat there talking about what he wanted to do for black women. He didn't just say, I got a plan for all Americans. he talked about black women and then didn't say what he was going to do for black women. But you notice he didn't try that garbage here about I'm all Americans. But when you put him on the spot on a national stage and say, what are you going to do for black people? All of a sudden it's, oh, I'm not the Americans. I'm not black people's president. I'm the Americans' president. And yes, you are correct. I pointed this out. By the way, I pointed this out long before anybody else did. I pointed this out long before anyone else. When Umar Johnson was on the Breakfast Club and he was talking about Asians being, it is what it is. Now, just to go back here, for those of you who might be a little bit late, I want you to hear again what it was that he had said here, because it's absolutely frightening what Cory Booker did.
The urgencies that got me to run for office.
So you have a specific agenda for these black people.
I have a specific agenda for the American people, which
includes uplifting black people.
Yeah,
but it's inseparable.
Rising, they always say rising tide lift all boats. We don't really see that in our communities.
Well, let me give you an example. I have a bill.
Now, did you hear what Cory just said there? He's the proof that politicians are liars, gutless, despicable liars. He said that what's good for America is inseparable from black people. That alone should get him run the hell out of Newark and America on a rail. America's history is a testament to how you can benefit an entire continent of people and exclude black people. What is good for America has not been good for black people. And he just said that what's good for America and black people is inseparable. He just said it. You all heard it with your own mouth, with your own ears. He just said they're inseparable. This is the guy who would pretend to be the black interpreter to white society. This is him. Now, listen to what this gutless worm goes on to say. Listen to what he goes on to say, because, yeah, it gets worse.
So you have a specific agenda for these black people.
I have a specific agenda for the American people, which
includes uplifting black people.
Yeah,
but it's
Rising,
inseparable.
they always say rising tide lift all boats. We don't really see that in our communities.
Well, let me give you an example. I have a bill that got a lot of attention called baby bonds. It's a fancy name for saying that every person born in America should have an account created for them, thousands of dollars put in over time, $1,000 a time. And at the end, if you are low-income American, you have up to $50,000. And that addresses all Americans, but it actually helps the racial wealth gap in a significant way.
No, it does not. This is a lying, two-faced bastard. Anybody who can do math knows that he's lying. And by the way, you hear him sniffling. I think that when you're full of bull crap, I think he's starting to become allergic to his own bull crap, because he actually has to blow his nose during the interview. He's so full of bull crap. Now, brothers and sisters, understand something. Let me walk you through this right quick. He just said, well, what we can do is we can create baby bonds for all Americans. For all Americans. And that means the black people who have been systematically brutalized and oppressed, you will get the same $50,000 in baby bonds that Bill Gates' children and Warren Buffett's children and Marge Schott's children and Don Imus's children or grandchildren, Donald Trump's grandchildren, you will all get the same $50,000. So in other words, these people who already have a tremendous head start, you're going to sit here and give them more wealth. It will not close the wealth gap. It will make sure that the haves get a hell of a lot more. Instead of giving $50,000 to Bill Gates, wouldn't it be better? Hey, Cory, I have an idea. You forked-tongued jackass. I have an idea. How about instead of giving already privileged non-black people baby bonds, how about we say, all of you who have benefited from the suffering of black people, it is time to compensate black people, specifically black people who are the descendants of American slavery. We're not going to give you $50,000 in bonds. We're going to give you $1 million in bonds. If you are a descendant of the slaves in America, we're going to give you $1 million bond, not 50,000. We're going to give you $1 million. Or if you want to, how about 150,000? I'll back it up. I'll take a decimal point backwards. Make it 150,000. And it'll mature over the course of 20 years. And then everybody will be at the same position, or at least it will get you a whole lot further along to getting you caught up to the tremendous head start that these other people have. But there's a reason why he's saying this. There's a reason he's saying it. Brothers and sisters, you saw how quickly we did the math on that. That's a damn lie. You're going to sit up here and give bonds to white people who do not need them and already have a tremendous head start. Giving us the same thing as them is going to make sure we all stay in the same place. Remember what Dr. Claude Anderson called it? In proportional comparative terms. Black people have not moved anywhere from 1865 to where we are today. In proportional comparative terms, white people still have 10 to 50 times more than us. Black people can buy a car. White people can buy a much nicer one. Black people can have a roof over your heads. White people have a much nicer one with much more stability. So his idea ain't going to change the status quo. It's not going to change it. It's going to make sure that whatever benefits black people get, everybody else is going to be able to sit right there. And the starting line, the metric isn't going to change. It's never going to move. And he knows this, which is why he's saying it. He knows it won't work. He knows it won't do anything for black people. But that's the reason he's suggesting it. He's suggesting it because he knows it won't change anything. He knows it won't actually change anything. But there is one thing that this does prove. There are 300 million people in America. Black people are 13% of that population, 14% if you look at some numbers there. That means that roughly 85% of the remainder of the country, whatever you were going to try to give them, you could slide that over here to us so that we can be compensated and made whole and be put in a competitive position. That's the reason you don't need to do that. He just told you all in no uncertain terms that there is plenty of money for reparations, but that he doesn't want us to have it. But he just told you all, next time somebody tells you that there isn't any money for reparations, Cory Hooka just told you that there is. He just told you with the plan he just laid out. Oh, by the way, there's plenty of money for reparations. If you don't go squander it on whites who are already privileged, yeah, slide that over here to us because we built it. Yeah, there's plenty of money for reparations. He just told you there's plenty for it. That bonds idea is a good idea, but for black people, we need to chip in somewhere around $1 million each. There's plenty of money for it. Here's the problem that I have about the no taxes for black people. There's nothing wrong with no taxes. Let
me stop it right there. But I did want to play it a little longer because Jason Black was kicking some facts that I wanted you guys to hear. I wanted you guys to hear the part where where Charlemagne asked him again. He said, because he started rambling. Then he said, what is the black agenda, Senator? And he was like, he did the coon laugh. And he started talking that Obama shit again. Rising tides lift all boats. Black people, we've dealt with trickle-down economics for the last 100-something years. How many more years do we have to deal with trickle down? Huh? Let me break something down for y'all. Let me break some macroeconomics down for y'all real quick. Let me pull this up real quick. I gotta pull this thing up real quick. Come on, man. What's up with my damn internet? God damn. Damn, internet be slow as hell when it rain. Been raining all day. Shit, man. It taking all the goddamn day to drop. Maybe I should close some of this stuff on here. Damn. Man, this shit is taking so long, man. Demand. Come on, man. Oh, God, this is pissing me off, man. This is pissing me off. I hate this fucking computer, man. I'm waiting for this to I'm waiting for this to Okay, here's the thing, people. In macroeconomics, there's a thing called supply side economics. The Reagan tax cuts back in the 80s and Trump's tax cut that just happened last year. That's supply side economics. Cut taxes, and push deregulation through Congress in the hopes that people like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, the plutocrats, people at that level, will interject the economy by spending with their corporations, spending more of their profit to boost business and therefore creating more jobs for those of us who are middle class and low income class. Now, we saw with Reagan's trickle down economics, which was supply side economics, that didn't work. Okay, it didn't work because instead of large corporations owned by these plutocrats, instead of these corporations doing what through theory with supply side economics, what they thought they were going to do, and that would trickle down to us with jobs, and opportunities for jobs. What ended up happening is all of those people got rich, and then they took their money and stashed it over here in the Cayman Islands, or they stashed it over here in Zurich, Switzerland, or Vienna, Austria. You see how that works? Apple computer company, Apple has over $300 billion sitting in a Swiss bank right now. And the only money they have over here is operating capital. So they might do business with Wells Fargo and they'll put maybe 2 or 3 billion in the bank to run the business. But they take the profits and send it over there to Zurich. Y'all see how that works? So we don't even get trickled. We don't even get trickled on. What we need is demand side economics, which is Keynesian economics, which is what Obama lied and said what he was going to do. He said he was going to cut taxes on the middle class, and therefore that would stimulate the economy. The only president that actually did that was Bill Clinton. I'm not trying to give Bill Clinton no shine here, but that's the only good thing he did. The crime bill, that federal Nazi federal Nazi child support, and all that, and help spur the creation of the prison industrial complex and the federal 3 strikes and you're out. The rest of the shit that Clinton did fucked us. Y'all see where I'm going with this? And this thing's starting to freeze. Damn, what's going on here? Oh, Lord. So as you can see, nobody's looking out for us. Why you think I talk so much shit on this show? Now, I want to talk about the other. Now, Kamala Harris, we already know she's a big time phony. We already know Cory Hooka is a large type phony. Yeah, he's definitely Pinocchio. Now, those of you who live outside of Minnesota, you probably don't know who Amy Klobuchar is. Amy Klobuchar is a former Hennepin County prosecutor. She's another phony. Now, one thing you will notice with Cory Booker and Kamala Harris, they're pandering to the liberal white supremacist vote. Have you noticed that in the last week or so? We get talk about smoking weed and listening to Tupac and Snoop Dogg. See, you got to understand something. Her white handlers are telling her to say dumb shit like that. You ought to be insulted. I hope you feel insulted like I do. Because this shit is ridiculous. Amy Klobuchar is another slick talking Democrat. I dealt with her office. I dealt with Al Franken when he was still a senator. I am so glad that that piece of shit is no longer a senator. His office was, you think Amy Klobuchar is full of crap. Al Franken was the biggest backsliding, lying ass senator ever. I hope he never gets into politics or gets back into politics, because he's an asshole and he don't care about nobody but himself. Now, a lot of people look at Amy Klobuchar and see a little nerdy, little chubby white girl. And when she ran for senator, she had a nerve to have all these black women talking about how she helped them as a prosecutor. Amy Klobuchar ain't helped nobody. I dealt with her office, and she got a bunch of phony, slick talking little Caucasian folks working up in her office too. And so you're gonna hear her pandering to that liberal white supremacist vote. And I guarantee, yeah, she's gonna come sooner or later. Amy Klobuchar is gonna come around black folks talking that shit. And she's gonna be talking that Obama shit too. She's gonna be talking about that rising tide lift all boats bullshit talk that we got from Obama's ass. All right, now you have your marching orders. What you gonna do? Now, let me just say this here to my Facebook folks. By the way, y'all, let's raise this. Let's raise this this $75 tonight. Come on, let's get it popping. Oh man, my internet is tripping. I don't know what's going on. Man, my internet is tripping. Real talk, man. I was thinking about restarting this thing because it was tripping so much. Hey, everybody, hit the Cash App. If you downloaded the Cash App, you can use Cash App to donate. You heard? Or you can go to asktheiceman.com and scroll down to the donate button and donate $5 today. That's all we're asking for. And it's 100% tax deductible. So on your taxes in 2020, you can go ahead and write them shits off. But as you see, ladies and gentlemen, all we get is innuendo, talk of smoking weed, and listening to Snoop Dogg and Tupac. You see that? Now I don't know what kind of hustle and what kind of gobbledygook that Amy Klobuchar is going to be talking when she come around black folks, because she's one of these phony liberals, Caucasians who try to act like they're a friend of the black man. We ain't got no friends, brothers. All we got is us. And again, the grassroots new black media online is causing a disturbance beyond epic proportions. Now, the Democratic Party, they on they back right now. They on the ropes right now. But they're still throwing that bullshit out there. Now, when they really gonna have to put feet to the fire is when they have the primary. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Kamala Harris is gonna be the first one. I think her or Cory Hooka are gonna be the first ones to just walk away, because black folks are giving them work right now. Cory Hooka lost a whole lot of support from the black community when he got on the Breakfast Club talking that yin yang. His support went down. And Kamala Harris's continues to plummet. So now she's catering to the white supremacist liberal persons. She's catering to them. You guys, you have to understand something. For the Democrats to win, they have to get 80 to 90% of the black vote. Right now, they would be lucky to get 30 to 40. Black men sat out the last presidential election. Only, I think, 40% of black men voted for Hillary? Something like that. What was it, like 40%? It wasn't that high. It was very low. And as you saw, Hillary got pissed off and she was talking shit. But yet 98% of black women voted for that heifer. That will show you, if you don't have to look at any other metric, that ought to show you, brothers, what kind of race traders you have for black women. 98% of them voted for Hillary because black women vote womanhood first and black second or third. Actually, it's probably third or fourth, because black women are ashamed to be black. Most of them are, not all of them, but most of them are. Most of them are ashamed of being black. So they try to co-opt all these other groups. Oh, I'm LGBT. Oh, I'm a feminist. Oh, I hate black men. And it's getting you nowhere, black women. The only thing it's getting you is black men running away from your ass in droves. Now, you have to understand something. The young black female vote is not there. It's not there. I see a lot of young black women, especially in their 20s and early 30s, wearing MAGA hats. Look around Facebook. Ain't nobody vote for none of these clowns they putting in front of us. They're too flawed. They're too phony. Black people ain't checking for them fools. Do you really think it's some real niggas out here gonna vote for Cory Booker's ass? He is weaker than Obama's ass. Ain't vote for that marshmallow weak ass Negro. They ain't even got enough respect for us to give us decent candidates. They ain't even trying to pander to us. But you have to understand, the black vote is crucial. But you have to understand, before all the elections, before this last Trump election, they had the black vote. They didn't have to count on it. It's just like something I heard on Tom Joyner's show one time. That one time, what's his name? The new pomie, Tavis Smiley. Tavis Smiley said that a lot of white-owned corporations in this country refuse to run ads on black radio. And he said the reason why, and this one, somebody let the cat out of the bag, and this white ad executive said, well, you don't have to advertise on black radio because you get black people buy our clients' stuff anyway. You see how stupid we are? We blow all our money on all this shit, and they don't even have no respect for us. Consumers have no power unless they work together. And it's just like voting. Your vote is meaningless if you are willing to give your vote for free. If you're stupid like we usually are and just vote for any old fucking Democrat they put in front of us. The Democratic Party, the executives in the Democratic Party, they be sitting back like this, chilling. Oh, we ain't got to do shit. All we got to do is mention Dr. King a couple of times. All we got to do is mention that we smoke weed. All we got to do is mention in passing, we might pass, free legal weed. I'm going to be the first president who's going to I'm the first president that's going to legalize weed at the federal level. That's what we get. Oh, and by the way, we get Al Green songs. That's all we get. We don't get shit. While the LGBT groups are getting money and gay marriage or homo marriage, the immigrants got $2 million in set aside for legal fees for DACA people. Meanwhile, black folks didn't get shit the whole 8 years that Obama had his ass in office. Now they trying to stick Obama 2.0 in front of us in Cory Booker and Kamala Harris. And I guarantee Amy Klobuchar is going to do even less. She's going to do even less. Just like Beto O'Rourke. He loves to go around talking about, John Lewis spilled blood in Selma, Dr. King, and he got hit in the head with a rock. And, Beto O'Rourke says all the right things. And all these black women are just all on his dick. Oh, I like him. That's all they got. That's all white or black phony ass presidential candidates have to do, or phony white and black politicians have to do. All they got to do is mention Dr. King. I'm about the content of my character and just saying all the little all the little phony ass Democratic talking points. That's what we get. Meanwhile, everybody else is getting tangibles. Are we going to let this election go by while we sit on the sidelines and get nothing? Is that how we're going to play the game? Everybody else is playing to win. Black people, on the other hand, are playing to lose. I talk about some of that in my book right here, my first book, The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1. You can get this at AskTheIceman.com, or you can get this at Amazon. When you go to Amazon and you search books, put in The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1. And it'll pop up. Okay? Or you can go to AskTheIceman.com, scroll down to the Add to Cart button, and you and buy directly from me. And I'll autograph it and send it to you. All right? But this is my first book, The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1. I'm working on my second book, The Dayton Bible. Yeah, digs. But Kamala Harris and Cory Hooka and you know, Amy Klobuchar might last a little bit longer because she's white, but she ain't gonna last long either. Because what Biden's just sitting back chilling. If Biden, if I know correctly, if Biden runs, ain't nobody else gonna be able to deal with him, and he'll probably pick Beto O'Rourke as his vice president. He ain't gonna pick Julio Castro because black folks ain't gonna support no Hispanic. I'm not voting for no Latino candidate. Straight up. I'm saying that right here on the Iceman Show. You can write it down, take a picture. I don't give a fuck. I ain't vote for no Latino. Never have, never will. I don't care what they're running for. I don't care if they're running for PTA president. I ain't voting for their ass. We already catching hell under black and white presidents. You mean to tell me we're going to be dumb enough to vote for a Mexican and put his ass in there? You must be out your fucking mind. You are out of your mind if you think, look at the city of LA. You could look at LA County. Black folks done ran out of LA. LA back in the 80s used to be Chocolate City. Now, if they ain't running to what's that name of that? If they ain't running to Valencia out there in that Valencia, California area up there by Magic Mountain, you got, you know, they built a big, huge city. They built another city up there. If they ain't moving up there past the valley, or if they ain't moving to the IE, Riverside County and San Bernardino County, black folks are just getting the fuck out of California because it's just overrun with them motherfuckers. You said they could eat a dirty ass burrito. Exactly. Eat a dirty ass burrito and get diarrhea off them shits. I ain't vote for no Hispanic candidate. You can get mad if you want to. I don't give a fuck. I ain't trying to make no friends. The only friends I got, look, we got this right here. I ain't got no friends outside of that. Because you can best believe that's how they roll. I'll be damned if I live in a country with a Mexican president. Now, y'all see, have y'all noticed how Trump is, y'all peep this. Y'all notice how Trump, how they trying their best not to give him no money for that wall. Y'all notice that? They trying their best. because the liberal white supremacists run it that got money in this country. They want their free nannies. They want their free babysitters. They want their free housekeepers. The corporations want their free, damn near free labor, damn near free labor, because they don't want to hire no Americans. And you think I'm going to help continue to subsidize that shit by voting for an asshole Republican or Democratic candidate who's going to keep that shit going? You's a fool. There is no black and brown alliance. That shit is in the heads of people like Reverend Al and Messy Jesse. There is no black and brown alliance. I guess having Jennifer Lopez murder Motown songs on the Grammys is making up for, you know, all the shit talking and some of the bullshit that Latinos been doing over the years. You have to understand, people, everything that you see all these other people get, the Arabs that come over here, the Hispanics that come over here, the Chinese that come over here, the Koreans that come over here, all of these people are enjoying the fruits of your back sweat. All the tangibles and resources that you should be getting is going to them. And it's going to continue to go to them as long as they keep allowing these motherfuckers to sneak in the country or break in the country. Let me tell you something. When they talk about all these Latinos dying up in the mountains, when they come over here, freezing to death, or boiling to death, broiling to death out there in that Arizona and New Mexico sun and California sun, who they separating kids. Okay? To that I say, hold your own nuts. Hold your own nuts. Because we gotta hold ours. Hold your own nuts. That's what I got to say to that. Hold your own nuts. We have to hold ours. You hold yours. Now you got Latinos talking shit, talking about how come black folks is supporting 21 Savage because he got caught up in ICE when he flew back over here from the UK where he's from. Because that's our brother. That's why. That's why we supporting him. We ain't supporting your dirty ass. We ain't supporting you. So what they are separating y'all? They've been separating our families for the past 400 years. The court system, the family court system, has been allowing black women to separate their kids from their daddies since Clinton was in there in the White House. Don't sit up here and tell me about injustice to somebody who ain't even an American, somebody who ain't even a goddamn citizen of this country. I don't have any love for you. I don't feel sorry for you. Well, they separating our kids. We got kids dying. So sad. So sad. Hold your own nuts. Hey, everybody, go over to asktheiceman.com, scroll down to the donate button, donate today. Hey, guys, we're at $20. Come on, man. Hey, you guys been falling real short these last few weeks, man. Them credit card payments biting y'all on the ass. Is that why y'all niggas ain't got no money? Well, I don't want to hear it because I know damn good and well, even if you ain't got no money, you still got money for video games. You still got money for online porn. That shit ain't gonna get you anywhere. Jennifer Lopez ain't got no pipes. She don't know how to sing, but she hung around niggas till she got big, and then soon as she got big, her ass start acting a fool. Fuck Jennifer Lopez. I don't support her ass. She ain't had a decent movie in years. Hey, guys, hit the Cash App. Those of you who got the Cash App on your phones, go to the Cash App and put in my my Cash App ID. Let's get it cracking, man. Come on. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here because, like I said, you guys know how I get down. I set an amount and I want to hit that amount. If we're not gonna hit that amount, I'm gonna stop. So while you guys sit there and decide what you gonna do, but you got 2 minutes to figure out what the fuck you gonna do. You understand me? So I'm gonna let that marinate for a second. Y'all got to start hitting this thing off or hitting the Cash App. You understands me? Yeah, you guys been slipping the last couple of weeks, man. I looked on there Saturday. I was like, what? It's like $20-something. I was like, oh hell no. No, y'all gotta do better, man. Y'all gotta do better. Right now we're at $20. We can do better than that. Where you at, Facebook? Cash App is real simple. All you gotta do is download it and go from there. Put $5 in there, whatever you want to donate. And like I said, at the end of the year, print it out, take it to your tax professional. Say, look, I donated over $300 over the last year. I want to use this as a tax deduction. That's what this is for. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got to do better. We have to do better. We have to do better. Yeah, we're at $20 right now. And we haven't had a donation since about 25 minutes ago. So those of you who said you donated in the last 5 or 6 minutes, that's not true. Unless you went Cash App. If you went Cash App, I can't see on my phone who donated. So if you donated on Cash App, let me know. That way, you know, I appreciate what you look, people. Let me explain something to you. I put a lot of work into getting this information and getting this research done. And the information is free. My time isn't. Okay? We have to do better because you have to understand something. When you're getting game, like I'm giving you, the information I'm giving you is invaluable. You understand me? It's invaluable. It's invaluable. This is a critical time in American history. And I'm going to tell you right now, Black folks are going to decide this election, just like our lack of involvement with the last one affected the election. Black men, when it came time to vote for Hillary, we did this here. Okay? Black men said, fuck Hillary. We ain't even gonna vote. It's a whole bunch of black. Let me tell you something. Democratic Party was talking shit about black men. They was talking shit on CNN a few months back, talking about how black men didn't come out and vote for Hillary. What the fuck was Hillary gonna do for us? It was her idea. It was a lot of her policies that she put in Bill Clinton's ear. That Nazi child support shit. A bitch can just go down to the district attorney and put child support on a nigga, ain't got no proof that you done pap it. Ain't got no proof that you the goddamn daddy. And now you got to sit up here and spend hundreds of dollars trying to prove you ain't that kid's father. What kind of shit is that? That sound like American? Does that sound like something does that sound like a good old American policy to you? That sound like some Nazi Germany shit. These women hate Trump because Trump is turning back the hands of time on this feminism shit. And they know it. The clock is ticking on feminism right now. The clock is ticking on their ass. So so black folks are really pissing the Democratic Party off because they're the ones that want to put more Obamas in there. They want to keep putting Democrats in office. Why? So they can keep Roe v. Wade in place, so they can keep, they could go around here talking about raping motherfuckers. Now, I wanted to talk about that Governor Northam. He didn't step down, did he? He didn't step down, did he? Now, you notice Lieutenant Governor Fairfax in the state of Virginia, if you notice, they're coming after him with these false rape allegations. And I'm sick and tired of these homosexual black men and these black women talking shit, talking down to black men, talking about black men need to take rape seriously. Black men need to take sexual assault seriously. First of all, let me tell you something. If 20 years ago, if somebody pops up out of nowhere talking about you raped them, the first thing, your first reaction should be, bitch, get the fuck out of here. That should be your first reaction. And your second reaction is to go hire you a goddamn attorney. You have to understand, the reason why they trying to knock off Lieutenant Governor Fairfax, the black man, the reason why they trying to knock his ass off is because if Governor Northam, if he's impeached or he steps down, he's the next in line. So what they trying to do is knock the brother out the box with these fake ass rape allegations. Let me tell you something. I'm starting to get sick and tired of all this shit where you got these women hauling off talking about somebody raped them. And you got women out here who actually get raped, who motherfuckers won't even pay attention to, who won't take seriously because of bitches like a lot of these lying ass bitches, like that one lying ass whatever her name, Dr. Blasey or whatever the fuck her name was, that sat up there and talked that shit about the Supreme Court, Kavanaugh. I'm sick and that's why I don't blame him for being pissed off. That bitch straight up lied. You know damn good and well you didn't get raped. You trying to ruin somebody's career because of some old feminist fucking ideology and that's you can't fight fair, so you gotta go and lie on motherfuckers. Then you got all these black women and these old homo erectus black men sitting up here talking about rape culture in the black community. There ain't no rape culture in the black community. The only rape culture is in white society. They're the ones that's always raping their women because that's what they did when they were in them caves in the Caucasus Mountains. And white women don't report sexual assaults like other women do. They don't report that shit if it's another white man, especially if it's a white man with some money. They don't report it because you have to understand. I remember one time I used to talk to this white chick, and you know what she told me? She said, in the white community, no matter how much you get disrespected, you always supposed to look out for the community, for the group. because you never want to embarrass your family. If your daddy is molesting you, you don't say anything about it. And even if you do say something to your mama about it, 10 times out of 10, she's going to be like, oh, that shit never happened. Y'all think I'll be making this stuff up? This comes from the lips of white people that I know that have told me this shit. White people don't like, let me tell you something, middle class to, upper middle class, upper class, ruling class, Caucasians, they do not like stuff like that to get out. It has to be seriously egregious for them to go and call the police. White men slap the shit out of their women all the time, and they women don't call the police. But if you do it, they gonna call the po-po on you. Oh, they gonna call the po-po on your black ass. If you lay hands on one of these Caucasian women, they will be quick to call the po-po on you. But they will not call the po-po on their own men. I'm telling y'all. So this thing that's going on with him, that's some bullshit. See, they know he's second in line. See, Northam is probably going to end up resigning. He's going to probably step down. Now, he's talking big shit right now. He's going to eventually step down. He ain't got no choice. He ain't got no choice. This motherfucker sitting up here wearing Klan outfits and wearing blackface. And you a doctor? Do you know how many racist ass Caucasian female and male doctors that I have encountered at the VA who are straight up racist? And they don't even hide it. They don't even hide it. There's doctors. I used to see this punk ass cracker down here in Portland. This doctor. Biggest asshole I ever met in my life. Oh, pompous asshole. I had to stop seeing him because he was raising. He wouldn't even order. I'm sitting up here telling him about medications that I want, that I have gotten through the VA. And he's like, well, what do you need? You don't need that. I'm like, motherfucker, who are you? Me and him in there arguing. How many people want to sit up here and be arguing with their doctor? Huh? I don't think any of us want to argue with our doctors, because that shows that maybe this person isn't the person that I want to doctor on me. I don't trust this guy or this woman. That's real talk. Let me explain something to you. If you saw, and y'all see all them coons, you saw them fucking coons, all them niggas, all them old niggas, all them 60 and 70-year-old old coon ass, mammy, Sambo ass niggas standing up there talking about, we want Governor Northam to stay in office. You know why them coon ass niggas are out there? You know why them coons are out there? Those coons are out there because they talk about, well, he expanded Medicaid. See, black folks, all we're interested in is nigga trinkets. We ain't interested in nothing worthwhile. We sitting up there, well, if they put a Republican in there, they gonna cut our Medicaid. What the fuck are you doing on Medicaid anyway, nigga? If you were taking care of business, you would need Medicaid. See, you have to understand something, black folks. Let me just say this to you. Let me say this to you, man. Black folks, you're going to learn the hard way. You're going to learn the hard way about hanging your hat on the Democrat, on the candidates that the Democratic Party post up in front of you. You're going to learn the hard way. You're going to learn the hard way. Trump, you know what? Trump's going to get 4 more years. He's going to get 4 more years. And you know why I hope he does? Because I want him to keep cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and raising taxes on the middle class. I want him to just keep fucking you niggas till your asshole is just so goddamn large. You get this big like this. I want Trump to fuck you so bad that I can literally drop a volleyball in your ass and it won't hit the rim. That's how much I want Trump to keep fucking these black women who want to be on welfare, Medicaid, and Section 8, because Uncle Ben is getting busy. They are kicking these motherfuckers off Section 8 all over the country. See, that's something they ain't telling you. See, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of folks don't know this. A lot of people don't know that the Section 8 hustle is damn near coming to an end. Okay? And you got black women sitting up here talking about, oh, I just got a notice from the housing authority. They talking about, you know, that I got 60 days to move out or pay market value rent. I gotta pay, they want me to pay full amount rent. I gotta pay $2,800. I ain't got $2,800. Yeah, because you too busy not working and laying on your fucking back. Having a bunch of goddamn kids. You hear me? We ain't got no friends out here. We ain't got no friends in the Democratic Party. And you know what? I got all these old niggas sending me messages on Facebook because they pissed off because I done said some shit they didn't like. Tell them, hey man, what's your solution? And I said to these niggas, I said, you know what, you old dusty ass Sambo nigga? Let me just say this to you. If you gotta ask me what my solution is, and I done listed 10, 15, 20 goddamn live streams laying out all kind of economic strategies. I said, nigga, if you don't know a solution to any of these problems and you a 60, 70-year-old nigga, you know what? You deserve Trump. You deserve Trump because you done sat on your baby boomer ass the last 50 years and you ain't done shit but sat up in corporate America kissing ass. You ain't built shit for cats my age or the Gen Xers or the millennials out here. You ain't built shit for them, but you got the nerve to come to me talking about what's my solution? My solution is get off your old Sambo ass, stop kissing white asshole and being up under white daddy's ball sack and start building some black businesses so you can provide jobs to your people instead of sitting up here worrying about who the Democratic Party is going to put in front of you. You goddamn dumb cough. You old niggas, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. You ain't built shit. That's my solution, you sorry motherfucking Sambo nigga. Fuck out of here talking about what's my solution. Nigga, why don't you come up with a solution? You should have came up with one 50 goddamn years ago. with your lazy ass. Got people in my family going around kissing my father's ass like he done something. All he did was kiss ass. He ain't doing nothing but lick balls. He ain't built shit. The old civil rights era Negroes didn't do shit. And that's why Black America's in the condition that it's in today, because of all these 60 and 70-year-old niggas that want to, instead of building something for Black America, all they want to do is kiss ass and have a job. Working on the corporate plantation and maybe having some access to some non-Black women, having getting some interracial sex. That's all these old and smoke crack. Old niggas love this. Oh, these old niggas love to smoke crack. They love to smoke crack. I can't tell you how many 60 and 70-year-old niggas that be out here smoking crack with your sorry ass. Fuck out of here. I got crackheads in my fucking family that think nobody knows they're crackheads. Fuck out of here. Goddamn losers. Everybody hit the Cash App. Or go to asktheiceman.com. Scroll down to the donate button. This is $5 donation Tuesday. Hey guys, I'd like to thank everybody who donated tonight. Look. Let me tell y'all something. Let me say this to all the people who's in the house. Let me say this to my Iceman family members. Let me just say this here, man. If we have one more night where niggas are sitting up here playing games and not donating, or we have another Saturday like we did last Saturday where niggas sit up here, you know, we go from raising hundreds of dollars on a Saturday to raising $26 on Saturday. Nigga, do you niggas think I'm playing about shutting this show down? Don't be surprised when you don't get a notification from YouTube telling you I'm doing a show. Let us have one more night like we had tonight, where niggas is playing games and being cheap. And I'm sitting up here spending my time getting you gamed up, and you show your appreciation by bullshit. No more talk.